Hi, welcome back. So now we're going to start moving into GitHub. So this is going to be really interesting. There's a lot of new features we're going to be using in this section. So let's get started with some introduction. So here's a little overview of what's going to happen. So we're going to look at GitHub mainly, and what it is, what it can be used for, and mainly how to use it, because it's a little bit of a learning curve at first if you don't know what's going on. So we're going to be creating a GitHub account, and I'm going to walk you through step by step on all of the different things you can do. Forking, pull requests, downloading, all sorts of things. There's many different things you can do on GitHub. On top of that, we're going to be creating our own repository and working with that. In just a second. So before that, we're going to look at some of the history behind GitHub, what it is and some of its main purposes, and we're going to look at the benefits of using GitHub and why it's so widely used today. Because right now it's an industry standard in software development, and it's kind of like a necessity for all software developers. So let's move forward to using GitHub. After we give an introduction, we're going to start moving into actually using it. So this is where we make an account, we go make our own repository, try to upkeep it, and do other things with other people's repositories. And obviously not random ones, there are specific ones for these purposes, but that's not the point. We'll get into that later. We're going to be messing around with all of these repositories and just playing around with them, seeing if we can maybe clone them and then edit our clone, and we're going to be doing all sorts of stuff with GitHub. So the main point of this is to try and get a little bit familiar with GitHub's platform, and because once we do that, you understood most of the course. And once you can use Git and GitHub together using these small amounts of commands that connect them, you can use them interchangeably, and that's when they get really powerful together. It's because Git is already such a powerful tool, but with GitHub, you can turn your project into anything you want. The things that you can do with Git and GitHub is limitless, because not only can you work with other people, but you can also do things with the repository that you cannot necessarily do with Git. So let's get straight into GitHub and start creating and managing some repositories.